Well, hello again everybody. This is Kevin at Digging Halton. I probably had one of my best weeks ever in terms of hunting and finding historical items. I owe a huge debt of gratitude to the owner or I guess caretakers of the property where I hunted this past week. They were very generous and very hospitable. I couldn't ask for anything more. It was just amazing. So I'm doing this introduction to the video just to let you know that there wasn't a large volume of items found, but the just the significance and historical value of the stuff is amazing. And there's a lot more to come in future videos. It's just incredible. So stick around, wait for the wrap up. Enjoy the show and leave your comments and suggestions, your ideas. Subscribe if you haven't. Share and like, all of that stuff is most appreciated. And thank you for your support. Here we go with the videos and the wrap up afterwards. I hope you enjoy it. Thanks. Okay, let me try and set this up for you. First of all, the weather. We haven't had a day like this in about 4 months. It's 20 degrees Celsius, zero humidity, light fluffy clouds in the sky, and you just couldn't ask for better conditions weather-wise for metal detecting. Secondly, it's the permission that I have here today. It's property that is steeped in folklore and Canadian history. The house on the premises was once occupied by none other than Lucy Maud Montgomery, the author of Anne of Green Gables. She married a minister and moved here. I'm not going to tell you exactly the year. I don't want you to trace down the exact location of the property, but you can probably figure it out anyway. But the fact is, we're looking at a property that's well over 150 years old in terms of occupation, and she lived here in the mid-1900s, early 1900s. So it's about an acre, and there's a guy cutting the grass right now. He says, "Yeah, we heard you were coming. We thought we'd make the place look nice and make it so there's less grass for you to deal with." You know, you just can't get any better than that. So it's a great opportunity. I don't know if I'm going to find anything. I've been told that it's been hunted before, but I'm going to have a lot of fun just being outside today. And it's like going fishing. You know, you can spend all day on the lake and not catch anything and still come home and say, yeah, I had a wonderful time just being outside and enjoying the outdoors. So here we go. This might be a totally separate video, just this hunt. Depending on what I find, but I'm gonna really be careful about the holes I dig and leave absolutely no trace that I was here at all, just in respect of the permission. So here we go. Let's have some fun, say some history. Well, here's my first find after digging up some square nails, and I know you guys get sick of seeing these. I don't. I get a thrill every time I find something that's older than I am. There's a King George the Sixth penny, 1944. So Canada was just about to celebrate the end of the Second World War when this was minted. No idea when it was dropped, obviously, but yeah, it's in pretty good shape. So that means that this place hasn't been hunted out, obviously, and there's silver to be found and history to be recovered. So let's keep at it. Well, it's not much, but it's silver. Sometimes these coins with the second effigy of Queen Elizabeth on them can fool you, because this one here, for instance, is a 1966, which is 50% silver. So I'll keep looking for more. That's a good find. Makes it worthwhile. How about something from 1866 next? I'd like that. Okay, this is what I'm talking about right here. Had a beautiful 90 signal, crystal clear, and look at this. That's an old dime. That's pre-King George VI. I'm going to wash that off with some water and find out what year that is, but it looks like it's in really nice condition. Get right back to you. Well, here she is right here. 1916. 102 years old. Looks like it's in pretty good shape. You can see the date very clearly. Some nice detail on the obverse. Sorry. Somebody complained that my videos made her seasick, and I'm sorry. It's very difficult holding the object in one hand and the camera in the other, but nice find. That's what I'm talking about. I'm going to have a drink of water myself and get right back to it. I just found what I think is a very tiny little military button. It's got a crown on top and an anchor in the middle, but it's so tiny. It's still got the shank on it. It was about 10 inches down. A good 8 or 10 inches. Look how small that is. It must be like a collar button. Very tiny. I'm going to do some research on that. Old for sure. Very old, I think. Yeah, I'd hate to speculate, but maybe early 1900s, late 1800s. This is a good hunt. I'm enjoying this. This is only a 1974 nickel, but I just wanted to show you something here. Look at the colors on that. Just absolutely rainbow colors on both sides. That's beautiful to look at. And the sun's not even out. Imagine if the sun was shining on that. That's what you call a rainbow patina. Just the interaction of the soil, type of soil, I guess, on the surface of the coin. Love it, love it. Well, friends and neighbors, it's turning out to be quite a day. I just popped this largie out of this hole here. Not quite, I wouldn't even say 6 inches. I'm going to see if it's a Vicky or not. Nope. It's a king facing to the right. So it must be George. Still, look at that. It's a beautiful coin. See if I can get a date off of that. 19, yeah, I'm sure you can see it, but yeah, 1900 something, 1908. Nice looking coin. I look forward to cleaning that one up. It's a good day. And just to add to what's already a good day, I just found a little fishy. Fish scale, affectionately referred to. Look at that. It was only about, well, it was in the plug, so it was only about 3 or 4 inches at most. I'm going to go back to the car, get some water, and clean this off so I can show you the date. Super fine. Well, here he is. Canada 5 cents. Affectionately referred to as a fish scale. This is a 1907. My third silver of the day. Plus that large cent. I'm coming back here. I haven't even started. And coins are popping out of the ground. I love it. And I said that large cent was a King Edward, or sorry, King George. No, it's a King Edward. Of course, the king facing to the right is Edward. King George V came after that. Nice coin. I love finding fish scales. Very difficult to find because they're so small. But what a treasure. Catch you on the next one. Whoa, just pulled this out of the hole, or out of the plug. Look at this. That's not even a penknife. It's like a miniature sword. Look at that. Wow. Looks like it had a wooden hilt, and it's definitely very sharp. I'm going to clean that up and have a better look at it, but it's not as if that blade folds into the handle at all. This is the way it was made. So, never seen one like this before. Very cool. It is a coin. What kind of a coin is it? Is it a silver coin? I don't know. It sure looks like it could be. The way things are going today, I wouldn't be a bit surprised. Just can't quite make it out, and I don't want to rub it, so I'll pour some water on it and get right back to you. What a day. Well, I'm running out of water cleaning off these silvers. That's the fourth for today. It's another King Edward 1910 dime. Try and get the right light on that for you so you can see it. I love these coins. Well, that one's a nice one too. Oh my. This is so much fun. I love it. Okay, got another really nice signal here. I think I've got another largie. It's a large worm down there, that's for sure. But I can just see the rim of a largish coin right here. I'm pretty sure that's what it is. Yeah, that's a largie, all right. That is a largie. Let's see if we can get a date off of this. First of all, let's see if it's a Vicky. Oh boy, I don't know. That's going to require some cleaning before I can tell exactly what it is. But I'll get back to you. Okay, I just took a toothpick to the back of this, and it's a 1920. That's the last year for large cents. In fact, there were both large cents and small cents made in that year. So it's definitely not a Queen Victoria, obviously. But yeah, still a nice find. My second largie of the day. It's turning out to be a wonderful hunt here. Catch you on the next one. Okay, here's my last find for the day. It's time to go. I've been here for about 4 hours and had a very, very profitable day. And this is a 1938 penny. I rarely find pennies in the 30s. King George VI there. Looks like it's in pretty good shape. So, good way to finish off. Probably one of my best hunting days ever, to be honest. And I'm just really scratching the surface of this place. So, I'll be back for sure. And I can't wait. Anyway, catch you on the next hunt. Okay, this is day number 2 of what I'm calling the Anne of Green Gables hunt. And last week I pulled up some amazing treasures. So this is Labor Day Monday. And I just spoke with the tenant at what was once the manse or the minister's house at this location. And Gordon, he's a great guy. And he said, yeah, go ahead. You can do this area here. And the house next door, which they called colloquially the shack, which is even older than the church and the manse. So yeah, this is a detectorist dream come true to find a virgin area like this. Lots of ground to cover. Last week I might have done 20% of the church area. So this is going to be fun. I wish my buddies could be with me here, but the gentleman I was speaking with representing the church, he said he didn't want an army of people poking around, but he said you go ahead and do what you want. So anyway, here we go. On the bucket list for today, let's say a quarter over 100 years old and some nice jewelry, a bit of bling. Let's see what happens. I might have just jinxed it there, but let's see what happens, and I'll show you what I get on the first hole. Okay, here's my first find of some interest. It was only 3 or 4 inches down, but a very compelling target or signal, so I thought I'd dig it. Just a little padlock. Don't know any writing on it or anything, or how old it is. It can't be that old, but looks like it might have some kind of a design or writing on it. Let's see what else we can get. Okay, I thought I found small rings before, but this has got to be the smallest ring ever made. I mean, look at that. That's a baby's ring. Could be gold filled. Wasn't down very deep, maybe 3 or 4 inches. Try to get it in focus here for you. That is so tiny. May have initials on it. I'll have to get the microscope on this one. Wow, talk about small rings. Still, good find. Okay, you guys and gals out there that metal detect, you've probably asked yourself the same question I'm asking myself now. How did stuff get there? Like, here's what looks like a piece of a clock. I mean, very little doubt that that's what it is. Haven't quite ever found one like this before, but that's probably a gear from a clock. And a harmonica reed. Both items in the same hole. Like, how does that happen? They're totally unrelated as far as I know, but interesting nevertheless. So we'll carry on, see what's in the next one. Well, I can scratch one thing off my bucket list today. Anyway, first one of these I've ever found, and probably not the last. I'm surprised it took me this long to find one, but I'll turn you around and show you. Yes, it's a thimble. A thimble. Nothing really fancy on it. It's your basic standard thimble, not silver, but it's a thimble. That was only about 4 inches down, and I'm glad I finally got one of these. So, it's not a bad day. I'll take it. Okay, I think I finally found silver today. Oh, it's like been 3 hours since I got out here, and this little coin here, well, it doesn't pop out of the ground like that without being silver. It's a dime. Try to keep that steady for you here. Okay, it looks like the first effigy of Queen Elizabeth. And it looks like a 1957 silver dime. Right there, finally. Okay, we're on a roll now. Just got a 1961 penny a foot away, and then a 1957 silver dime. So yeah, that's great. Appreciate that, and we'll see if we can get some more. I waited a long time to find one. Now I found two in one day. It's another thimble. Don't see any writing on it. I'd say it's not silver. It just doesn't have the look of silver to it. A little squashed, but it's whole. And two thimbles in one day. How about that? About an hour apart, mind you, but there's something in the plug too. I'll let you know if it's anything important. Okay, this is my last hole. It's just too hot. And yeah, I've been drinking water and Gatorade, but I'm just worn out. So fortunately I got a decent find from my last hole. I'll turn you around and show you what it is. I believe that's a Tootsie car, and it's complete. It's got all four wheels. It looks like a pickup truck or a tow truck. That'll look nice cleaned up. It's probably even got the original paint on it. So I'm happy with that. But I'll be coming back here, that's for sure. I could spend the rest of the summer here and not run out of dirt. So just a matter of energy and you know, more moderate temperatures, and that's what'll help me stay out here longer. But anyway, not a bad day. And catch you on the next one. Okay, so here we go with the roundup, wrap up. Here's my spendable modern coins for the week. Not a great deal because, well, the area where I was hunting saw a lot more activity and traffic 100 years ago than it has today. And this is the modern coins that I found. $5.40 added to the previous week's total, $166.65, for a current total of $172.05 for the year. That's everything I've found just in 2018. So yeah, it's adding up. I hope to hit $200 before the end of the season. Should be a good, I don't know, 6-8 weeks left, I hope, before the frost comes in and the ground freezes solid. Here's my modern pennies for the week. Again, not very many, which is almost refreshing, because I dig way too many of these, and I'd rather dig the older stuff, as you know. So there's my modern pennies for the week, a grand total of 24 cents. Now, we're going into the relics discovered this week. I have a wrecker. It's called a wrecker. It's from 1967. It's a Chevy. Didn't get, well, it says marks on the bottom, made in Hong Kong. So it's not terribly old or terribly significant, but still really nice find. Started cleaning it up, but I realized I was taking the paint off of it, which you don't want to do. So I'm just going to leave it for now and put that in my collection. It's got all 4 wheels, which is usually a sign that it's in close to original condition. So there you go. And this boot knife, or what I'm calling a boot knife, I'm assuming that at one time it had a sheath or a cover. No idea as to the origin or age of this. I'm thinking it's not that old, really. Maybe 50 or 60 years. It wasn't that deep. Probably had a wooden handle at one time that has since rotted or worn off. So there you go. I wish I had the cover for it. It was probably made out of leather, but very nice. Here we have a harmonica reed. It's very heavy and very good condition. Still has the parts in the middle of the holes there, and no idea what the make is, but that was in the hole along with this here, which is a sprocket or cog, I assume, for a clock, probably a mantle clock or something of that nature. Again, no positive ID, no positive age, but still nice and significant, nice find nevertheless. This particular little button here turns out to be from the Merchant Navy, Royal, the Royal Merchant Navy from the Second World War era. It's a very tiny little button, as you can see, probably off a shirt collar or a jacket collar. So there you go. And you saw me dig this older padlock, not extremely ancient by any means, probably 1960s or later. This tiny little ring, look at this. I found this right at the, oops, okay, that ring that I just dropped, I found it at the steps of a church. So it could have been a baptismal ring or something like that off a very small child. We got our normal and regular small square nails plus a very large square nail. Again, 1800s probably. Found 2 thimbles this week. No idea of the age or history or manufacturer of these thimbles, but it's interesting that I found 2 of them in the same hunt, whereas before I've never found any. So there you go. Double bucket lister, I guess you could call it. Now for significant coins. It was a great week. Let's start off with the silvers. I got 4 silver coins and 2 modern dimes, 2 older dimes. Oh no, sorry, an older dime and a half dime, which you saw me dig. They've come up really beautiful. I love these fish scales especially. Very hard to find because they're so small. Just really, really nice little coins. And the 1938 penny, King George VI, which actually is in really, really nice condition. Haven't really done much cleaning to that at all, but you can see the detail on that. Really nice find. And a 1944 King George penny as well. Large cents, I found 2 of them. One of them being a 1920, which is a King Edward. King Edward. Keep getting these mixed up. That's a King George, obviously. The later of the 2 kings on the large cents. Hadn't quite finished cleaning this guy up, but look at the detail. Nice and bright and shiny, and pretty nice on the reverse side as well. 1920 Canadian large cent, and the older of the 2 large cents that I found this week, a 1905, and this is in fact King Edward facing to the right. Again, very nice detail, and worthy of some special attention and additional effort to clean him up. So, if you think that this was a great hunt, wait till you see next week. Just, yeah, blew me away. I almost get emotional thinking about it because it was so incredible. And I'm going to be so happy to share that with you guys. So stick around for episode 28 of Digging Halton. Glad you could watch, and catch you again next week. Thank you.